All right, there you guys go.
That was fun. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely live now.
Yeah,
we're on. Philip's on.
I was like, wait a minute, are we live yet? All right.
Philip's
Yeah,
on
we're
YouTube,
definitely live now.
now.
With the great Phillip Alexander.
Tim,
Is that your name this week?
The complete name, no middle name.
No middle
No
name
middle?
this week. No Phillip.
Nope.
All right.
Philip squared.
Yeah.
Dead space. What is going on?
You gotta.
Well, I didn't want to overwhelm and get kicked
gotta
off,
turn
so
that.
I was quiet for a change.
Mr. Phillip, this is your show. Go live.
Tim, you
Okay.
gotta turn them fucking headphones off. You sound like dog shit.
That's fun.
Anyways,
bad.
why I'm here is at the IWCA show in February, we had Jason Knight, and he was telling his story of how he was washing a window on top of a house, a sunscreen window, whatever you call them. And as he was doing it, there was a power line that was unshielded because it was an old, probably a 50, 60-year-old house, and they didn't shield the lines. And it jumped, the 33,000 volts jumped and hit the top part of his gardener pole and burned a hole in it. It went down his right arm and would have killed him if it was the left, but his left hand was on the fiberglass part. So most poles just have section 1, maybe 2 fiberglass to protect you, but the carbon fiber part is totally conductive. So he lost half his arm, he's paralyzed, may lose his leg, all because the guys are selling poles that we know now that are conductive. And
Well, I don't blame it on the pole. I blame it on. I'm not saying he made a mistake.
I agree, but
Not the pole's fault.
No, but if you make my poles have been non-conductive for 7 years, okay? Because the AR Kevlar is conductive, and even my carbon fiber poles, I was spraying them with clear coat, and that helped a little. But what he's trying to do is get all the manufacturers to maybe put 2 or 3 sections. What I did back in November, I hid my carbon fiber. So it's between 2 types of non-conductive, tested to 20,000 volts. I'm getting it tested to 33,000 volts. So far at 20,000 volts, it just burned the top of the pole. But because every section is the same, it didn't go down the pole.
Right.
Wouldn't hold your hand. And I have a safety manual now because what happened when I was in Las Vegas, there was a company that was selling those big round rotor brushes, and the guy didn't have any training. He got shocked. I don't know how bad. They got sued $150,000 when they went to court. They settled. The manufacturer in Germany got sued $7.5 million. They quit making that carbon fiber pole. She's buying my pole now. So what I'm trying to do is go way beyond the normal. I'm providing a safety manual and a warranty. You don't get the warranty unless you read the safety manual. So I'm not so much about, I'm going to make millions. I just don't want guys to get hurt. And that's been my idea now. Whereas most of the other vendors are still selling parts of the pole that is conductive, and they can get sued from it now because it's already happened. So you just get a lawyer and he'll find a way. So I'm trying to protect myself by having a 14-page manual that Jeremy put together for me. He's won the fastest window cleaner in the world, Jeremy Hickey, and just really centering on safety as much as I can to get guys to learn. Because when you're doing solar, it's electric. It's not normal window cleaner.
Phil, not to interrupt you, but don't you think that would be better off in the hands of an electrical engineer, not a fucking window cleaner?
It did go to
I don't care how
electrical.
fast he is swinging his squeegee. He's
No,
not
it
an
did go to the
electrical
electrical
engineer.
engineer.
fastest-
I
you're
had an
the
electrical engineer
fastest
test it
clean
out.
Oh, okay.
window
No, that's
cleaner
what I'm
you know
saying.
of.
But
The
putting
electrical
Window's not even
engineer
dirty.
tested out.
okay. Now I'm just saying
That
that
window's
putting
not even
stock in a
dirty,
window
dude.
cleaner.
No, I
Putting
didn't test it. I paid to get it tested by something that Stefan recommended when he saw my test. He said they're one of the best test companies in the world, and I'm further doing more. I'm doing getting. I did an interview on electrician when I was happened to be at the house because a friend was sheetrocking, and I said, okay, you've been doing this for 50 years. You've done solar when it first came out. What's the normal line coming behind a house? He said 22,500 volts. Goes to the transformer. The transformer reduces it down to 240 and 120. So I'm trying to get professionals like that to explain why walking around a house with a pole is dangerous, even for normal window cleaning, if you
Well,
get
I mean,
near any of the power.
I think the non-conductor pole is commendable what you're trying to do, but I mean, this is just, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you just got to have your head about you. You know what I mean? You can't be walking around anywhere
Oh, I
near
agree.
a
Yeah,
power line with your pole extended. Even if you
yeah.
have an insulated pole, you're probably still going to get ate the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Well,
Well,
Excuse my
yeah.
language, but
I think you're, and it could happen. You know, this guy went into a power line that was uninsulated on a 50-year-old home. That's not. I'm not discounting anything, Philip. That's very uncommon because most
Oh,
power now is either A, underground, or
yeah.
B, insulated.
Well, this was England, so
Oh, okay.
it was in England, so it
Yeah.
wasn't here. We're a lot safer here. I
Yeah.
mean, we were doing some
Commercially is where you have to watch out because high
the lines
tension
coming
lines,
into the building.
right? They're
My
generally
guys wouldn't
under.
do the
Yeah.
two windows next to the line. They said, "No, we're not
Yeah.
getting near there."
Yeah.
Right? They're not always underground in
No, they're not
commercial.
always. They're not
Newer
always.
buildings, yeah, airports and things like that. But we had a credit union we did for years, and in the corner of the building was the power
Yeah.
coming in, which would probably be 22,000 volts.
I'd love to see how they test
Doing it
that. I
now,
mean,
too.
that's something that would be if you could
I'll
make a
send it to
video.
you. It's on my
Yeah.
website. I'll
Yeah.
email it to you. Just email
Yeah.
here, and I'll even.
Yeah.
I did two tests up to 500, and they have pictures. They have
Yeah.
pictures how they burned the pole, and they said, "Oh, it fell." Well, I didn't burn through the pole; it just made a mark on the pole. So I'm now getting it tested to 33,000 volts. I said, "I want you to burn through it. I want to
Yeah.
see how safe it is."
Right. Right.
You know,
Tested. Yeah.
even
Yeah.
with the
That's
you know.
cool.
So,
even with the
and then the safety aspect, training guys uh, just to be safe, not to walk around the house. It's all in the manual now. It's free that I'll post. I don't care. And then every pole doesn't have one warning. Oh, stay away from poles. There's actually 7 different warnings what you have to avoid using
Right.
a water-fed pole.
I wonder if insulated gloves would help. You know those
Well,
lineman gloves.
that's in there. PPE.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have 0 gloves, 0 boots, and a 0 harness. That's from Steve Williams. Those guys do it all the time. The problem is they sell it for like $1,000.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get some of that in China, where make a kit where a guy could, okay, $250 more, you get everything. The only other problem is harnessing off. If you're 2, 3 stories, you're supposed to harness off on
What are you talking about for cleaning solar panels?
for cleaning anything. OSHA says anything over 1 story, you should be harnessed off. But
For
most guys
standing,
don't do it.
well, that's the whole idea from waterfed is to stand on the ground.
On a smaller roof, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do mine that way. Yeah.
Well,
But once you get 2 or 3 stories. So I went to 2 solar shows, been talking to the installers about when they like we do at our Kingdom Halls, we put hooks in. So if the guys are hooking up solar, it wouldn't be that much more for them to put safety lines in at the same time. You know what I mean? So you have someplace to tie off.
no, it makes sense, but you can't. Number one, you can't expect a residential home to have safety hooks or to allow you to penetrate their roof to put some
Only
form.
if the solar cells are being put on at the same time
I
and the
see.
solar companies do it. They won't
Yeah.
retrofit it. And
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
working with some solar
Excellent.
companies now that they They're a $15 million company. They want to start doing solar cells, but they want a non-conductive pole and they
Yeah.
want safety training. So I'm going way beyond the window cleaning guys. I'm starting a whole new company that's dedicated to safety and solar, and we're actually lining up suppliers. So
Uh-huh.
finally, you know what I mean? I don't have to deal with onesies and twosies. I do 20, 30, 40, 100, and and it's going to be all patent, new poles all patent. So that's where I'm at.
So
Besides
wait a
all my
minute.
hard
Wait,
truck
wait,
work.
wait, 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 wait. I may ask you something, Phil, because I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Well, that's why I got on here.
Okay, if you're gonna patent it, and in order for someone not to infringe on their patent, their pole can't be conductive or non-conductive.
Now, I'm not patenting the conductor or non-conductor. I'm patenting my design on what fabrics I use and the percentage I use, so they can't copy it exactly. Someone buys it and they cut it in half and they want
Yeah.
to start doing what I do because I've been reverse technology for 17 years. They
Yes.
can't do it. That's
So
a utility patent on
so
the
let me
design.
let me ask you this: your poles have always known are known to be lightweight and rigid. Okay. Some
6
of the
pounds.
best
6
some of the
pounds.
best poles I've used are Simpoles. Okay, and
Yeah.
I have several of them.
Yeah.
My question to you is: has it changed the rigidity, weight, or structure of the pole?
No, all my posts are interchangeable for the last 17 years. And believe it or not, the different types of fabric like Kevlar are light.
Uh-huh.
So I just made Sim Blue, the same design, all non-conductive. And for 30 feet, it's 6 pounds. And it has all the new safe design. Because what you got to remember,
Should be in the box. Use the one from the bedroom.
But it's not going to work to change the channel drain.
It does.
I was the first to use ultra high mod. I haven't got away from that. And that's what makes the pole light and stiff. But you don't want 100% ultra high mod because it'll crack on you. It can't take stress.
Well, the education is good because there's probably 100,000 poles out in the market that people aren't going to go, I'm not going to get rid of this
No,
because there's nothing wrong with it. So,
right.
you know,
Until they get a shock.
well, yeah,
It's
obviously.
mainly in solar. It's not in window cleaning. Solar's taken off.
Yeah, but even
And
with
you
that,
almost have
even
to
with
be an
that UL
electrician.
listing and your manual and shit like that, if somebody gets shocked and they want to sue you, they're gonna sue you. Probably lose.
Well, that's why when I
Just
found
you know
about
what I
what the
mean? You know what I'm
lawyer,
saying?
all
Probably gonna
what I
lose
said
anyway.
came from the lawsuit. The person that got sued, the 150,000,
Mm-hmm.
gave me all the information. What the lawyer said that if it was on the poll, they wouldn't have lost $150,000 because they would have had the right warning. That's why the warning I have now is copyrighted
Mm.
because guys can copy it, but it's copyrighted.
Well,
And,
you know,
and,
it's going to get
and
copied, Phil.
Well, how can you copyright a warning? That's
well,
Right.
the wording, the wording.
I know, but like it's kind of just like safety, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's just devil's advocate.
I'm not
again.
worried about the copyrighted. I mean, if a guy copies it and doesn't get hurt, that's a success.
So let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Phil. Is there an amount of voltage a pole is there a UL rating standard for the amount of voltage that the pole will not conduct? Meaning, if your pole fails at 30,000 volts, will it still get a UL rating? Does it have to be good to a certain point?
I haven't done that yet. I'm still testing it. I do know I took a carbon fiber section and I put it on a 12-volt battery and it sparked. So if it sparks at a 12-volt battery, what in the heck is it going to do at 520, 15,000, 20,
It's going to come
33,000?
apart and take everybody with it.
You got it. And that's what guys are selling. That's what I mean. The carbon fiber, depending on the design, it's conductive at a 12-volt.
Well, there's a lot of variables. And again, I haven't looked into this too much, and I'm by no means an electrical engineer, but a wet pole that has water on it that
the line
it's not pure can still light you up. What?
That's right. And that's another thing I'm trying to figure out. would it be
There's nothing to
safer
figure
for the
out, 'cause
line
if
to go
there's water on
through the pole?
it's going to pick up contaminants off the
Well,
pole.
that's where you need.
Yeah.
That's where the PPE needs. That's where you need the
Right,
zero
and you can't
gloves.
cheap out on Chinese shit and expect it to work well.
Right.
Oh, actually, at the show, it everything they had was made in China.
Well,
It wasn't
safety's
made
not
in
cheap.
America.
If you want it to be bulletproof,
Oh yeah,
cheap is not where you want to be at.
Right.
no.
Oh man,
You
I'm
want
gonna try
quality.
to make this as cheap as possible.
No,
You can't
no.
do that.
You want the
You can't
quality.
Perry Tate your way through life. You know what I mean?
Well, I never have.
As Perry Tate has shown us on several
Yeah,
occasions,
I never
you
have.
can't
There's
Perry
real
Tate
big
your way
rubber
through
gloves.
stuff.
Actually, we're working with some linemen
hmm
that work with all this all the time.
I personally feel like safety, and if you let me get this out of my mouth, please. I really feel like that. No matter what kind of safety equipment that you put in around or wrap somebody in a bubble, if people aren't cognizant of their own safety, you can wrap them in a bubble, they're still going to walk off a cliff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, even if you're using an aluminum pole, if you're just safe about it, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. Is people, like, I got into a back and forth with Johnny Albrighty today. He was like, and I'm sure you guys all know who I'm talking about. The guy's a complete idiot, but he's on a zero water fed pole ad talking about this guy. You know, it's like, oh well, what do you like? It's kind of, don't you think that's kind of blah blah blah, because you're getting the concrete wet and then you're walking in the store and then they could slip and fall. And this is coming from the guy that's got his dudes hopping out of a basket onto a ledge with no safety harnesses on Facebook just 10 days ago, talk about how safety's for pussies. Now you're talking about a storefront slip and fall. Like, make it make sense for me, man. You know what I mean? That, like, what I'm saying is, Philip, is you could make a pole out of rubber, and some guys are gonna, like Mark said, you know, they'd fuck up a wet dream. You know what I mean? There's just idiots out there. It really boils down to the training, and if you put this awesome insulated pole out on the market, it's got it like a manual's not going to work. Guys need to be safety trained. Period.
Right.
Period.
If I may
and
add
there
to
needs
this,
to be, there needs to be. Let me finish, and then you can go, Jacob. And there needs to be consequences for not being safe. And now go ahead, Jacob.
see, the thing with your PPE is, I have friends that are linemen.
Mm-hmm.
There are tests and all kinds of other things you're supposed to do before you use that PPE every day. If there's pinholes in those gloves,
if you got a glove with
you
a
will
pinhole,
die.
if you got a glove with a pinhole, it's
You're
as good as
effed.
not having the glove. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you really think these people are going to do that every day?
Well,
No.
basically, it's to get me not sued.
And
That's
I
why
thought,
I'm doing
well,
all that.
I mean,
Because
there's loopholes. I tend to think like,
yeah. Well, I'm trying.
Who says that? I'm not saying you're getting your gloves from China, but say someone gets all their gloves from China, and then who says there's not already pinholes in them?
Well, actually, they come from India too. That may not be any better.
Well,
just who knows if they're testing those or doing
QC
or anything.
I agree.
I think TJ made the best point that it's a combination of things. Okay, these guys can fuck up a cannonball. Let's be real. However, if you add some safety and some training, okay, and add the proper. I'll be honest with you, Philip.
And I'm not by any means poo-pooing what Philip's doing. I think it's great. That's why.
Yes, I think
that's why I rushed him in the head of the line to be on the podcast tonight, because I was like, "That's great, man." You know what I mean? That it's being UL tested and it's going to be stamped on the pole and all that stuff. I think that's great, man.
I want to say something. Go with TJ about you want to make that stuff. Like anything that you're going to put on your pole, you want to happen here in the States, dude. That way you have somebody, in case there is a lawsuit, you have somebody to fall back on. You're not going to have anybody to fall back on if they're in China. Or
they won't know your name.
Right.
They won't know your name.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, you know, cheap.
Well,
cheap,
I'm actually going back to my American company, because the Tomahawk was totally made in North Carolina. And if the tariffs really get 100%, instead of a pole being 1,000, but that's going to change. They're
Listen,
just doing it
we're
to
not
get
doing
through.
tariff talk here because tariff talk's for lefty goofballs.
Yeah.
You know what my
That
guy's
stuff's
doing?
gonna last. That stuff's gonna last like a
Yeah.
whole 10 minutes. I'm not trying to.
Well,
Yep.
he's so smart. He's sending it to Taiwan and then shipping it
That's
here.
exactly what they're gonna. They'll ship it to
Yeah.
South Korea, and then from
Yeah.
South Korea
Yeah.
they'll ship it to you.
Yeah.
Listen, it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
rocket
I
science.
thought
There's
your
ways
tomahawk
around it.
pole was
There's
made in
ways around it.
Mexico.
What? My Maverick was made in Mexico. I can't believe I haven't had one rebate on it yet. I love it. 48 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, I think
Anyways,
I think what you're doing is great. I think you're sadly mistaken if you don't think that anyone else is gonna do the same thing. You know what I mean?
oh, I'm already expecting WCR to do it.
Well,
They got the money.
But-
I wouldn't.
Well,
They
they've
got the
already
money.
kind of done it.
Well, they
Well-
did it with going over with fiberglass on every section, but that doubles the weight of the pole.
Well, they're not going fiberglass over every section. It's an add-on section to sleeve.
No, they sell it. Don't they sell it all 9 sections?
I mean, I've got the pole sitting here, but you probably know more about everything than I do. So what do I know?
No, I'm saying, do you have all 9 sections? They
Yes.
made a section
No,
for
I
each.
don't. No, they don't have all 9 sections. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's.
Well, let me ask you this, Philip, because you obviously
Yeah, I
done
have the
some.
small one.
Philip, you've done some. You've done some quite a bit more research than any of us. So,
I'm saying you know more about
said
it
your
than I do.
pole is completely non-conductive. All, let's just say hypothetically, 5 sections. Okay.
Uh-huh.
If a pole has the bottom section insulated, why isn't that as safe? Because go ahead.
Because guys lower the pole, they drop sections, and they're stupid. And
Okay, so yeah.
and I'm playing for stupid. Any section you use from 1 through 8, and then my extra gutter pole, high level dusting pole, and extension pole, it's a number 6. It goes on my number 8. So all my poles are 1 through 8. You can go 100 feet. Even at 100 feet, you're going to be safe.
So, okay, I'm going to flip the coin on this, and maybe Chris is listening. I hope he is.
I doubt it.
What about if you just made the top 3 sections non-conductive? That solves the problem.
Because it didn't cost me any more to make it safe. My poles are not any more expensive.
Yeah,
to
but
make them
no, what
safe.
I'm saying is if another manufacturer decided to do this, if you made the top 3 sections non-conductive, what's going to hit the line? It's going to be the top of the pole, right?
Well, I got a better idea. If you want to do it cheap and do it with those, you know how you have the rubber insulation you put on your piping, the styrofoam?
Yeah.
You could literally put 3 of them on the top sections, run the hose through there, and probably relatively safer than not having anything.
Yeah.
So I just blew my whole pole away.
Or just not use a water-fed pole close enough to power lines.
I know.
Well, yeah,
You know
common
what I mean?
sense.
But
I'm
you
saying,
know what I mean?
but I'm saying that's a cheap solution about the water. Putting that on the pole, and it won't add any weight.
Yeah.
I haven't experimented with that, but I thought about that. On the top, they're 4 feet each. Plus, it kind of holds the line in place. A lot of guys just let the
Solar
line
panel
hang.
cleaning friends wants to know where you got the idea for this pole. I
Give
guess
me
he's alluding to
CR.
the fact that you stole it.
Well, it's because I've been making damn posts for 17 years and 35 designs and $250,000. That's where it came from.
There you go, buddy.
Why are you getting hostile? Philip?
I get
Listen,
what he's saying. Now, I see who asked the
Listen,
question.
hey, listen, Jacob. He said, "Damn," and I'm listening now.
Yeah, you ready for the F word, aren't you?
No,
oh, no.
no. I
Phil's
don't want you
going
to
off
say
the
that.
big end.
If you say the F word, Philip, it better be friends. That's all I gotta say.
No, I never use that. I even get mad
Listen,
at my guys
I'm
when I
not-
use it.
Hey, listen, I'm not. Listen, like I said, whatever you're doing is commendable. If somebody else had an idea and you ran with it or whatever, I don't. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, this ain't.
Well, I did this 7 years ago when the post became
Yeah, well,
Kevlar.
I know personally for a fact, and I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire here, but I've been having this conversation with you for a very long time. You've been trying
17 years.
Yes. Well, I haven't been talking to you that long, but for as long as this show's been going on, I've been working with you.
Yeah.
And you've
And
been talking about
and
this.
you helped me a lot, and
Well,
I
if you know
appreciate
where, listen, all right. So I'm gonna say this, and this is no slight towards you, solar panel cleaning friends guy. But if you know where, then just say it. If you know what I'm saying. Like if I'm cool with you watching the show. I got no beef with you whatsoever. But I mean, if you're gonna get in the chat and say things, then just say it and get it out there, and then be done with it. Because we're not doing the, you know, the drama thing. Like I know what you don't know. Just tell us where it came from, and then we can just, it can go from there.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking to you, Philip. I'm talking to the solar panel friends guy. He says that he
Okay.
knows where.
Hey, Chris, what are you saying?
He says. He said, "Oh boy, here's a good one. Wonder where he got the idea. Laugh out loud. I know exactly
Oh,
where he got the idea."
no, he doesn't. I have the design
Well,
picks
either
out.
way, like I said, this is this.
He'd have to see on my computer all the designs I've made from. I mean, actually, you can go on WCR and see my very first design that Chris did a report on. It was made in the USA, and he has a video on it because he was selling my very first pole.
Well, this is my thing. I'm not here to. This
Mhm.
podcast wasn't meant to disparage anyone or make anyone look cooler than the next guy or any of that stuff. All this is about is Philip has a Underwriters Laboratory tested pole, which nobody else has, because Philip spent the money out of his pocket to do so, and he asked if he could come on and talk about it. That is all. It's not a. I'm not.
Philip's been in this industry for like 82 decades.
Not 1970.
I'm not even like that's not even that's neither here nor there. What
I'm just saying, like this dude never takes a break from window cleaning. Like he goes home and thinks about window cleaning.
Yeah,
like that's what
Actually,
this dude does.
most of the time I think about it while I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm not
because
trying to. Yeah,
could
I'm
do
not
this
trying
or
to
do this.
disparage anybody. That's not what this show was about. All this show was about was safety. That's all it's about. I don't. If you know whose idea it was, then just tell us whose idea it was, and then we'll be like, hey, it was this guy's idea, and Philip stole it, and then we can just move on with life.
Yeah.
Oh no! Let's not go to the Perry Tate way.
So Philip, am I safe to assume that this is going to be incorporated into some form of safety training with maybe Stefan or in the IWCA?
No,
or...
he's done.
No, but okay. So is IWCA planning? I mean, because to me,
they should be.
It's a package. Okay, it's 50% product.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 20 to me personally, 25% product that's insulated and 75% education. Okay,
right.
Because
that's window cleaning.
People get sloppy. They don't pay, especially commercially. I mean, residentially. Most probably anything 10 years or newer, 10 years old or newer is going to be underground. Number one. Number two, they don't insulate. They insulate lines above ground. My house has above ground power and it's insulated. You can go grab it if you wanted to. It won't hurt you. Point being that it's a package. Okay, it's not only the pole, but it's the education and showing people that 10 people a year get their legs blown off because they're not paying attention to what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have an office building that's 5 stories.
And that's really, that's really all I wanted this podcast to be about is like dudes are getting hurt and fucking crippled and losing their limbs and shit. And it turns out
in the wheelchair.
Somebody else made up the idea and he's taking all their money away from them. And
I think, you know, Mike Draper.
Yes,
you guys know Mike.
Man, dude, I'm trying
runs the
so
safety.
hard to rope it in here, guys. Man, I'm trying so hard.
He's going to be over the safety in the IWCA. He's going to be over safety if he incorporates something. He knows about my pole, but he's also working with another company. So I don't know if I'll get the support because it's always about, well, look at politics. It's always about the money. Follow the money. But I don't have any money, so you can't follow it.
Well, it needs to be about the safety.
Money? What does that even mean? What are you trying
means
to say?
that if people can make money, they're going to make it no matter where they get it. That's my.
Well, you could very easily make money too. You keep excuse my language here, but you can't stop stepping on your own dick. in order to make it.
Yeah, and it's not even that long.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and you can't and you can't get out of your own way to make money. That's the issue.
I
You know
need
what
a
I mean.
salesman.
It's not.
I
It's
need to
not.
disappear.
It's you've been saying that for a decade. What my
But I
point
can't
is
find a
this.
salesman.
Well, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You have one of the largest window cleaning distributors in North America tried to sell your shit, and you're just impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
Point of fact.
There's your.
You can't tell me.
You don't need a
You
salesman.
can't. I could tell you this. I'll tell you this. I know for a fact that Chris and Alex absolutely adore you. You just can't get out of your own way in order for someone to help you. That's the problem. You can't just ship them a bunch of poles and just keep quiet and let them sell them. You can't.
Intervention time.
You're incapable.
This is a new company.
You can't. Yeah, and your new company is going to do the same thing because you cannot.
No, I'm not going to be the
at
salesman.
marketing. You're terrible.
I'm not going to do marketing, and I'm not doing the salesman. I'm over.
Bill, you don't even have to be the salesman. You just give them the WCR and let them handle it.
Just make the product and hand it off and shut your mouth. Be alone.
Just let them sell it. I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like, you got a great idea. You got a good pole. I mean, you can't bullshit anyone else in the world, but you're not going to bullshit me because I work with Chris and Alex quite intimately, and I worked with you quite intimately, and there's a guy in the chat over here that's worked with you quite intimately. You are impossible to work with. You have a great idea. You have a great product, but you can't get out of your own way in order for it to see it to fruition, to see its absolute potential. First thing Mark said when he started, he's like, I've got several Simpoles and they are absolutely amazing. You know what I mean? But if I, like Mark, if I try to order a set of clamps, I get 45 sets of clamps instead of just what I want. You know what I'm saying? It's like simple little things like that, Philip. Well, if you just got out of your own way, you'd be so much better off. If you just
I got a new website. You order on website exactly what you want, and I'm not in the way.
Well, see, this is the thing. What you should have done a long time ago when you had the opportunity, because I'm not here to speak for anybody, but when you had the opportunity, you should have took your website offline, trashed your entire social media, everything, got rid of all your, like, Simpo.com, pulled all that shit off the internet and just said, here, Chris Alex, make me a shitload of money selling the best pole in the world because I'm
I would be like, the only thing I want to hear from you, Chris and Alex, is when do you want more poles? That's it.
Yes, that's what you should have done. And I'm here to tell you that it's you think that it's all about the money. Those dudes started selling window cleaning supplies in a fucking garage.
I know.
Do you think that Do you think that their dad won the lottery and like, here, guys?
No, I know them from then. I know them from the
That's
beginning.
what I'm trying to tell you, Philip. So
I was one of the first poles they sold.
You could have hitched your wagon to that train and just let it run, but instead you're like, no, I'm gonna do the Perry Tate thing and then sit around on the internet with a computer that don't have a camera on it and talk about how everybody's got money but not me. What I'm saying is you have a good product. You're for whatever reason you cannot help yourself. You just
Phil, you should be like running to take a meeting with Chris and Alex and get out of like.
I mean, that ship may or may not have sailed, but I'm saying is,
I would be begging them like, hey, I got a great product. Let me get it in your store.
Listen, respectful TJ. Like I've said, I'm not like. Listen, I love Philip, and Philip is my elder, and I was raised right. And I'm not going to get on here and disrespect my elders. There we go. Disrespect my elders.
I'm not as dumb as you think. It just takes a little bit.
Oh, look at that.
Disrespect my elders and, call him a thief or none of that stuff. Because, again, the man has been doing this for a very long time. He's been selling poles for almost 2 decades. Selling and designing water-fed poles. If anybody, listen, stop talking. If anybody has a gripe about anything, it should be this dude. Where do you think the telescopic pole came from? The carbon fiber pole? That's Philip. all these design.
Well,
That's
Unger kind of made it at the same time. Got to give credit where credit's due.
Well, what I'm saying is, you were one of the first dudes to do that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that attribute that to you. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
one of the first to go to China. Yeah.
So I
One of the
mean, like I
first to go to
said,
China.
you know, you deserve a little more credit than you're giving yourself. But again, I feel like you do yourself a disservice by stepping on your own wiener a little
Did
bit.
you know Gary Mahler?
Yeah, I've heard of that name before.
He's in Wisconsin,
Mhm.
and over 25 years ago, he used to have a picnic. And at that picnic, I actually got a picture of basically all the very first water-fed poles that came out. Unger was there. Their first pole was a sectional, and it went through the middle. I don't know if you ever seen the very first pole they designed. It went there, and mine was similar to
His
theirs.
screensaver's killing me.
Philip, is that a hologram or is that
Hey,
you?
get your hands away from your face, Philip.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
So I want to ask you a question, Phil.
camera.
Island Phil.
I feel very negative.
Oh,
It's
got
the-
even
it's-
better.
I feel so negative right now.
It's the lighting.
Phil,
I don't-
It's the lighting.
It's the
Yeah.
lighting.
Either way,
Let me ask you a question, Phil.
You wanted a
Serious
picture,
question.
and now you're
Serious
complaining about
No,
it.
I'm not
Philip,
complaining about it. It's just I got
It's just funny.
That's all.
It was funny.
Right.
question. Philip. The beach now.
But I just
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, Mark.
Philip, what is your? Give me the first answer. I don't
Let
want
me
to
ask you
think
this.
about this. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite part of Simpole? Is it the design factor or is it the sales?
I hate the sales. I love the design. I should
Okay,
never
there
sell
you go.
one in
You
my
just
whole
Why
life.
answered
don't
the
you
question.
why
Yeah.
don't you answered your own question? Why don't you I don't
Right.
understand why you've gone to great lengths to not relinquish that. I don't understand
Well,
it.
I'm starting to do that. I got a new company. I got a new partner. They're going to be over sales and everything, and I'm just going to.
Are we safe to assume that it's Jello glass? Is he your new partner?
Corn
No.
on the cob.
Glass is in it, but that's a trade secret. I won't say
Okay.
anything.
Right.
It's Terry paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Man, I wish
Well,
He
Tim
was the last guy
pull
on
your,
earth.
hey,
I
Tim,
wanted to
just
find.
for 1 second, pull your hood off and talk once.
It's not going to work.
So your headphones.
It's not that. I took
so,
that one.
Oh, so you dropped them in the water.
I didn't drop them in the water.
Well, you know what
I don't
would
know
be
what's
cool?
going on.
Hey, you know what would be cool is if you know what would be awesome. Man's in the saw bathroom right now. Hey, listen.
Hey, you know what's going on with my picture?
What?
Phil's out of this world.
An alien.
This
Oh my
guy.
God.
That's the virtual background. You put them on, and it's putting it on my face.
Yeah, you need to
You
get
got
rid of
the
the,
green
yeah, get rid of the virtual background.
No, that's it. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. None.
Hey,
It was
you
a
know,
virtual
I
background.
think
That
I
would be
might have
cool,
seen a
Tim.
subliminal
Tim, you
penis go
should
right.
join. Tim, you should join a podcast where they would like willingly buy you a microphone for you to do
Oh,
the podcast on. That's
Oh,
what you
these
should
are
do, dude.
cheap.
I
I asked for this
headphones?
and I got it in like 2 days. So.
I was, you know,
I
if
need
you, like
something better.
everyone here, like
It's pretty tight having a microphone.
You sent me a microphone when I didn't
and
need
I'll,
one.
yeah, and I'll send it
This
to
one
you.
I have is a Razor. It's a gamer one, and it's
I
called
like it.
Razor. And
Well-
it's really good.
Hey, listen, I messaged him. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
let
I
me-
don't like to
whatever you
accept
need-
things, man.
Well, these
The
motherfuckers
microphone
had no
won't hook
problem.
up to his phone.
Seth is
That's
a
the problem.
multi-millionaire. He's like, hey, dude, buy me a microphone and some headphones. I'm like, I got you, Playboy.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Seth.
You can clearly hear me say thank you.
Yeah, Philip. I just, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to throw no shade at dude that like has never watches the show. Guy with Solar P. Like you don't even comment on the show, and then you come in here when you see Philip and say something like that, man, I'm gonna get defensive. So I'm like I said, I ain't got no beef with you, but like if you're gonna say something, just say it with your chest. You know what I mean? Or don't
Back
even
it
just
up.
or
Yeah.
just keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? Like
Be a man about it, huh?
oof.
That's what you're saying.
don't
Don't be woke.
Philip,
Don't be woke.
Philip, don't
Phil?
I mean, he
Don't be
ain't wrong.
woke. Don't be DUI.
Hey,
Like,
listen,
I'm ready to
he's-
rumble,
hey,
baby.
I'm sure that I'm not saying he's not a man. I'm just saying what I'm saying is it's just
I
If you're
didn't
gonna
say he
say
was.
something, if you're gonna, you said to be a man about it, but if you're gonna say something, just
Yeah,
say
say
it.
it to my
you know what I mean? I
face.
would. Oh Jesus, Philip.
Jeez, dude.
Listen, I'm trying to be nice here. His name is Chris. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Maybe I
listen,
should
Chris
go
is
get
a
my
good
Chris
Total
is
dude.
Wine.
a
Listen,
nice
I'm
young
not
guy.
trying to
Right,
start
Chris.
no.
Yeah.
I should go get
Goodness.
some whiskey.
What I would like is for everybody to shut up and let me finish what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you
Chris is a
should.
decent dude, and I'm just saying, if you're gonna say something like that, just say it. You know what I mean, and get it out. Don't allude to nothing. You know what I mean? Because that just bothers me. Like, just say it. You know what I mean? So that's all I was saying. Like, no big deal, no harm, no foul. All this is about is Philip has a UL rated tested poll, and I was like, man, that's cool. Let's have you on and talk about it. I didn't put in the title Philip, the inventor of the universe, or any of that stuff like that. I just said Philip Alexander is going to be on
Cosmic
talk
Phil.
about pure water safety. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? So there's no. I'm not trying to. No, we're not making no claims on this podcast. I mean, look. Could we
Philip and
all?
the Watchtower.
I mean, look. You know what I mean? This ain't even the Simpole podcast. This is clearly the Zero Show. Clearly.
How do you comment on Zoom?
You have to
You
be on
don't.
YouTube.
You have to be on
You have
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought, because usually when we have church meeting, they have to let you comment on
Yeah.
Zoom.
Well,
Let me- I think
all
I'm
the
signed
comments
in.
that are rolling in right now are YouTube content.
Church meeting. You don't go to
Comments.
church.
But like I said,
This
ain't
is
no
during COVID.
ain't no beef here.
No,
Ain't
during
no beef
COVID,
here.
we didn't.
Knock it
They
off,
didn't let
Jacob.
us go to church. They didn't let us go to church during COVID. So for 2 years, 12 million of us were.
I mean, if you guys,
Phil,
Hey,
can
I
you
mean,
turn
I'm
that
not gonna
background
say,
thing?
I'm not gonna tell you guys what's gonna happen tomorrow, but there's something happening tomorrow afternoon that's super big for this podcast. And if you're
Cool.
not a Patreon member, like the Patreon members are probably gonna get one of their best gems they've ever gotten tomorrow.
Hey, I paid you $2 to join.
Hell yeah, brother.
It was only $1 for 10 years. I doubled it. 50%
Boosted up a
double.
dollar. Look at that. Philip's even paid $2.
Phil. I
Phil
don't
gets
ask
to
much.
watch
Can
the
you-
the secret show then.
Yeah.
Phil, can
absolutely.
you turn that background thing back
It's
on?
definitely not a secret anymore.
Oh, he's a
Which-
Patreon member. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
I'm thinking
definitely-
YouTube.
it's still a secret, dude. Nobody knows who it is. The only people that knows who it is you guys. Did you guys just tell, Jacob? Fat neck, did you just tell? Do you want me to post a picture of you sniffing pickles?
If you just
'Cause I
dropped the
will.
neck part, you'd be right.
You want me to post? Jacob is a certified pickle sniffer. We have proof.
Dude, I will burn you.
Pickle.
Jacob said, "Listen, I will ignite you on the internet if you do that to me." Hey, I've had that picture for how long now, Seth? 2 days. I didn't even post it in our group chat until today.
I'm trying to find a way to post it on the.
Well, just
YouTube
know
channel,
I'd
but it's
shoot
impossible.
someone's rear end
Listen,
today
dude, look,
after I've
what'd you
seen
do?
that.
What'd you
You
say?
chewed on it.
No.
You
Chewed
chewed
on
his
it a
rear
little
end.
Yeah, yeah. Like Kobayashi.
Why'd you do that?
Yes.
You take screenshots of us on this
But see,
podcast
just be quiet.
all the
Hush.
time.
It's
All the
okay.
time.
What I do is okay.
Oh, okay. Listen, man. Hey, Chris, that ain't what I was saying, dude. That ain't what I was saying. I wasn't telling you to be quiet. All I'm saying is we ain't seen you a long time, and then you seen Philip on here, and you got on here and made a disparaging remark, and then didn't follow it up with like any kind of verifiable information. You know, that's all I'm saying, brother. And like I said, I'm not tripping, man. I'm not tripping on you. I ain't trying to get into a big Facebook argument with you about it or none of that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, look, it's all good vibes over here.
So, Philip, is this available now? We're still waiting for more testing.
Yeah, what's going on
When
Nope.
with
did
that?
these-
It's been available since November.
Okay.
When I
And
made my last order,
nobody knows because you suck at marketing.
It's been
pretty
available
much.
since November.
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy
Philip,
shit!
Philip, are
This is
you
the
in-
first time
you
I've
need to-
heard. I thought it was a new product, bro.
You need to
Well-
be advertising in American Window Cleaner magazine. I mean,
I've been
full
talking
page.
to him about it. I've been talking
Yeah.
to Jesse
I
about.
think that'd be a
doing-
good outlet.
I want to do an article on safety, not just, and then eventually pay for the ad. But we're redesigning the pole to be orange.
Ooh.
and I'm making my own brushes that are orange,
You just
14-inch and 24-inch. So it's going to be cool color.
Somebody
Jacob,
could go back
did
and
you look the
screenshot
look on
that.
Jacob's face right now? He's so mad at you, Seth. Did you catch that? Did you catch that, Jacob?
No, he didn't.
He didn't see the pickle.
But they're blue and green too.
Seth's not a good friend, Jacob. They're blue and green.
That's a
pulls,
great
Seth?
friend, is what you mean. I'm a great friend.
Is there a way? Okay, guys, is there a way in notes?
Excuse me, Philip. Seth, you're a bitch.
All right, Philip, what were you saying?
I don't have one anymore. She left me 3 years ago. We're 50 years this year. I gave her $40,000 and she's living without me. I'm going to build her a little home in back of the main one, maybe get her back.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez,
I
Philip.
can't afford divorce.
That
Not
was
after
my
50
bad.
years.
Philip, jeez, man.
Well, you understand what I've been going through the last 3 years.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Philip, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to
Turned
hear
into
that,
the
Philip.
fucking Dr. Phil
We
show.
love you.
Yeah,
No, you know
Jacob
what?
over here bringing up bad memories. Way to go, Jacob.
Right.
Jacob calls Seth
Don't
a bitch,
blame-
and then Philip said, "I don't have."
You know what we need?
Disparities on me.
We need
Shit.
we need to lighten the mood with a picture, Jacob.
Jacob's coming out of the closet.
Looks like he fell asleep.
Yeah, sniffing that pickle.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Mark, you should go around and turn that backlight off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ruins. Yeah,
Okay,
Mister
Beck.
Mister Underwater Audio says your picture doesn't look
There
good.
he is. Hey,
How come
What do you
it
do?
sounds worse now than it did when before you sounded better before?
I don't know. Oh, because I
Yeah.
got one of them dead and it's in the box charging.
What I'm saying is
Listen, I'm ghetto over here, bro.
before you hooked up the headphones, your sound quality was 10 times better than it is right now.
I was just on the speaker on the phone.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that sounds better.
Well,
than
maybe that's what you should be on, Tim.
I guess that's what I was getting at,
Shut
but
up.
you know, whatever. Do whatever you want to. who are we?
I hate you, Mark.
Did Mark do something?
Yeah.
What'd you do,
Is
Mark?
it better now?
Yeah, look
Yes,
how Mark
it
took my
sounds
wedding
fucking
pictures and
almost
put Bernie
perfect.
Sanders in them. Oh, Jacob, you good?
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah. He also made my head like 10 heads put together. Kept piling my forehead on top.
Yeah, that doesn't compare to shit.
Oh, that's not even bad. That's funny.
That's good.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was love.
Philip. So I mean, besides
No, he
that crazy,
TJ.
I don't even know why I bother trying to start conversation. Go ahead, guys. Say something.
No. So,
Come
Phil,
on,
these
say
are coming
something.
out. They're already out on the market. They're on the new website, correct?
Yeah, they're on the window washing equipment.com site.
Okay.
But if
yeah,
you
that's
type in
important.
simple, you type in simple.com, it doesn't go to the old simple.com. It goes to Shopify and you can buy right away. It just simplified everything.
Okay. And there's
And-
no lead time. You have these in stock. You're ready to ship and sell. And you're making them in all sizes, or how big are these?
Well,
insulated poles?
I have Sim Blue that's 34 feet. I still have the 72-foot pole, and I'm not making the tread anymore because everybody has a tread and there's no money in it. But I keep the stock current, so if you want to order a pole, it'll say 2, 3, whatever I have.
Cool.
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 So it's a lot. Simple just got so screwed up. It just
Well,
becomes
sometimes it's better to
forward.
just start over. Now, are these?
Well, I
what's
didn't
the
want to
one?
lose the name, so you type simple.com, you go right to Shopify.
Okay.
What is the
And
weight of a 40-foot low conductive pole, Phil?
I have a video on it, and I think with the extension, just 8 pounds.
Is that? It's weird that a guy named Philip just asked that question in the chat. Is that you?
It's probably
Philip?
Phil.
Phil,
Nice.
did you
That's
ask
my
your own
alter
question?
ego.
Go ahead to the website. I only got 2 of the extensions left, so you better hurry up and order it.
Philip, did you just ask your own question in the chat there?
I'm not on chat.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
only on Zoom. I
Okay.
can't find the chat because every time I put the chat, all the sound comes on. So I'm not on
All
the
right.
chat.
Okay. Okay.
I actually was trying to give you the electric test on chat.
Okay.
Can you put that on chat? Will it come
Well,
as a PDA?
No, it won't.
no, I can't do that. It would be something you'd have to send to me beforehand.
Well,
And then
I'll send you that one.
I can
I'll,
introduce it into. I could have introduced it to the screen if you would have emailed
well,
it to me
that
or
and the
something.
safety. I just want guys to have the safety for free.
Oh,
If I
well,
could save a guy from
yeah,
getting hurt, that's cool.
right.
Absolutely. Well,
I'm
that's
from
what this whole thing
Indiana, and
stems
I'm a
from.
fellow Phil.
Yeah,
All right,
and I
no,
didn't write it. The
it's
good
a
thing about
different
the
Phil.
safety.
It's not the same Phil. It's a different Phil. It's a totally different
Hey,
Phil.
Phil, got a good name there, brother. Jeremy Hickey did the safety, so it's real professional. Did a nice job for me, and
Cool.
he's had my pole as long as you've had, Mark.
Okay.
Well,
No, I think that it's a good thing.
I've had the polls longer than Mark's had the polls. So how about that?
You're one of my oldest clients.
Oh yeah,
I have a Simpole.
Ah,
Yeah.
I have a Simpole too.
I think I
truck
think
right
the
now.
oldest Simpole I saw, and I correct me if I'm wrong, Phil. Mike Kill Commons has one that kind of screwed together.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. That's how I was trying to make my clamps when I got the pole from North Carolina.
Yeah, it's like that, like they had banjo clamps on them or something. Like
Originally banjo clamps, and then I
Right.
took an aluminum 1 inch and cut it in half and glued it on the pole, so you could take the aluminum to the aluminum
Yeah.
and screw it together.
How old
It's
is
a
that?
different-
How old is that version?
That one, 2007, 2008, about 2009. My first Simpo, I didn't have clamps, and the guys bought them, and they had to duct tape it together.
Really?
Yeah,
But
duct
it
tape
worked.
it. Well, they only bought 2, and then I had some clamps. I've actually come up with 15 different clamp designs, and I actually got a new one I'm working on. The best thing on the clamps is I put springs in them now because they're spring loaded, and you don't
Where'd
have
you get
trouble.
that idea from?
Probably from you. I don't know. I get
No.
ideas from anybody.
You stole that directly from Zero, you thief.
From who?
Zero.
Yeah, their new clamps are next level, dude.
Zero's clamps are spring loaded.
Oh, okay. No, I've actually did springs about 3 or 4 years ago.
You ain't got a lie to make friends. We already like.
I'm building a pole. I'm building.
We already
Hey,
like
Phil.
you, Phil.
Hey Phil, you want to steal an idea? I'm building a pole that has a spring on the bottom, so you could just drop it and it just goes up and down and scrubs.
Wait,
Just kind
it's
of
already
The most dad joke I've ever heard in my
John-
life. I love
Johnny
it.
Kimball puts a tennis ball on the bottom of his pole. So he just
Really?
bounces it up
Yeah.
and down.
Some guys put
the
the
tennis
pole,
ball.
yeah.
I used to put a tennis ball. I put a tennis ball on the valve on my water fed pole hose, so it doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Doesn't beat the piss out of the valve, so the valve isn't dragging.
Yeah.
What do you call those things that you jump up and down?
Pogo stick.
Pogo stick.
Yeah.
I got to do that in the bottom of the pole.
Yeah, there you go.
I got to go about 3 feet higher. Boom, boom.
Yeah, there you go.
Mark needs that to get to the top shelf to get where Kate hides the cookies.
I need that to
anyways.
reach a door.
Well,
That's all the good
I
stuff
need it
on the
so when
top
Mark
shelf.
and I work together, I can jump on that and get on his shoulders.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
we
Mark
can
and
get
Philip
3 feet,
together are
3
a
feet
full
higher.
man.
We can get
Yeah.
3 feet higher.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That's
when
why
he stood
when
up,
we went
I
to
was like, "Oh shit!"
when we went to the huge convention, everyone thought there were 6 of us. There was actually 5 full grown men. It was me, Tim, Seth, Jacob, and then Mark and Mike on top of each other was one single full man.
Yeah, they took a trench coat into a movie theater. We're like, one ticket, please.
Will you guys go to Nashville this year or not?
I don't know,
It's
man.
the last one in
if Zero
Nashville.
asked me to go, I probably will. Or Maker.
It's the
I
last
doubt
one
Maker
in
will,
Nashville. No
Where's
more.
it going after Nashville?
I haven't heard yet, but
Yeah, I haven't heard
they're
either.
not getting the good deal anymore. I love
Oh.
that place. I think we all outbid on the windows.
No way.
I'm
I don't
good.
pay nothing. That place is filthy.
I know.
Yeah.
I watched window cleaners one time stand on the glass and clean them when I was.
That's
would be willing to
that's a
bet-
crazy job.
I'd be willing to bet wherever it's gonna be in another spot that's non-union. So that's wherever it's gonna be. That's why it's in Nashville,
Florida,
now,
maybe.
because
That,
it's
they should go to
non-union.
Florida. Oh, it
Yeah,
makes it
Florida's a
hot.
non-union state.
Yeah,
Florida in August, though. Oof.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it's too hot.
I'm
It's
It's
saying
too hot.
hot,
They
hot,
should-
hot.
They should do it in December when we're all kind of slow.
Well, that's the problem is that it's right next to IWCA. No one's gonna go. You can't have back-to-back conventions. That doesn't work.
Well, do a joint convention. It'd
Well,
be
that's
really
all
nice.
between all of them.
I got an idea.
Have
Do
1,000 guys.
do a non-convention convention.
Right.
Let's do that.
I'll just stay at my house called the non-convention at my
Yeah,
Right.
house.
do it on
IWCA
Stay
talked
at
about
home.
doing it on cruises, but
Let's
that
do
never
it on
worked
Zoom.
out.
I ain't
No,
trying
that
to get
won't
on
work.
No boat with a bunch of dipshits.
You can't leave.
No, I
That's
don't want
the
to get
problem.
stuck with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my nightmare.
I would just get hammered and just freaking piss everybody off.
Yeah, right.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I
anyway.
don't know.
Man
I'm on the-
overboard!
Yeah, I'm on
Throw
the,
him a
I'm on the
rifle.
fence about it. If Maker or Zero were to ask me to go to the huge convention, I would go for sure. But I'm like 50-50 on it right now.
Do they pay for it?
Because Seth can't go, Jacob can't go, Tim's gay.
I can go
Mark's
next year. It's just this year.
gay. Yeah.
Well,
Or am I
maybe.
gonna go
Are
without
you
my
going to the
security?
huge this year, Philip?
I've been going 3 years in a row. I think
Yeah.
I got a $49 ticket because you
What
buy
I
it
don't
right away.
like is
So
the fact that you seen us
I'll
all
go.
at the huge convention. You act like you didn't even know us.
I don't
Sure
know what
did.
was going on with me on that because I walked right by and I know all you guys.
Yeah, and we
And I didn't
stopped
say
to
a
talk
word.
to you and acted like you didn't
Yeah.
even want to talk to us.
Yeah.
You were like, all right, then.
No, it
Squeegee,
had
you
nothing
little
to do. I
bastard."
don't know what was going on that
I
day.
just heard some mumbling. I'm better
Yeah.
than you.
I'm like,
I
I
was probably
totally,
talking to myself.
especially
Friggin'
considering that's the first time you and I have ever met in person, and you
Yeah.
didn't even stand up to shake my hand. I'm gonna say I was a little offended.
Well, you should have been because I was out of it. I didn't even know
What
the
was
guy
going
with the
on with you,
beard.
man? Why aren't you taking care of yourself?
I just got out of the hospital again.
Well, you need to take
When-
better care of yourself, Philip.
No, it wasn't. My arteries were all clear, and I didn't need the heart valve, but they found like micro blockage in the minor arteries. I've never heard of minor blockage. I just think they came up.
Were
with
you
it.
taking
couldn't find
your medicine like you should?
I
Okay.
take nitro. They gave me extended nitro. You sound like my wife. Yeah, I'm taking your medicine.
Listen,
No, I
listen,
take
first
it
of
every
all,
day.
don't you ever say
Because
anything
we
like
care
that to
about
me.
you.
Hey, she's a good person. That's a compliment.
Oh yeah, I'm a terrible guy because I care about you, Phil. My
no, I
bad, brother.
appreciate it. No, I think
I
take your medicine.
I genuinely care about your well-being, Philip. You're just super difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I know.
And so, in order to not be mean to you, I only talk to you when you talk to me, because you Hey, if I'm like your wife, you're like my mom. You know what I mean? And my mom is difficult to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Does she have ADHD?
I don't know what she's got. She's got on my nerves for the last 45 years. I can tell you that.
Apparently, she has difficulty.
Does she tell you to quit smoking?
No, yes. My
Yeah.
mom tells me to stop
Yes.
doing a lot
I
of
like her.
stuff. I like her.
I like her.
I'm thinking about
has-
going on the carnivore diet, guys. What do you think about that? Jersey today told me if I go on the
Oh, me?
carnivore
Yeah,
diet,
absolutely.
Jersey told me if I go on the carnivore diet, I'm going to go on the liquid shit diet because I'm going to be shitting my guts out.
No, you won't.
That's
it's
the
a
opposite
won't.
for me.
No,
I
you
kind
won't.
of went back to doing it's like a carnivore, like keto. I'm
Uh-huh.
only eating meat and like cheese and no carbs.
So
Carbs
are bad for you. They're just
dookie
sugar.
real bad, Jacob? Water dookies a lot or no?
No.
No.
Can
It's
you eat
the opposite.
cheese? Can you eat cheese?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Real
man.
butter,
Any day-
too.
I
Yeah.
figure like I could eat nothing but steak and put cheese on it. So if I poop a lot,
Yes.
I just eat a bunch of cheese. You know what I mean? And it'll
That's
stop.
It's,
No.
well, it's the opposite. I'm not. I know this might be TMI, but it's the total opposite for me.
Oh,
You
so
can
you're
bind
constipated,
yourself
you
up
can't
with too
dookie?
much cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got hard dookie? Hard dookie? Is that why you had that pickle out over at Mike's house? Or
You really,
don't be
you
mad
really
at
want.
me.
Hey, you
Be
really
mad-
want it.
Be mad at Seth.
You want to flush yourself out.
Yeah.
Eat a whole fresh pineapple. boom, it's all gone.
including the skin.
No, it's actually pretty healthy. It's one of the freshest ways, fresh pineapple, to just blow it all out.
Blow it all out.
We don't want
yeah,
the video though.
We don't want the video though.
Well,
Yeah, that's see, and that's my big thing with like I try to like eat like smarter, and I just, you know what, dude, I dude, ugh, I'm not a huge
You don't
fan.
like-
I never even thought for 1 second the way Jersey described this to me, and we had like a really long conversation. Squeegee like got something big in the works. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, dude, like I'm sitting there talking, the way he described this to me, I'm like, man, I never thought about it like that. The way he described the way that the body burns things, like it can't burn carbs and fats at the same time. It'll burn the one thing that is easily is burnt. You know what I mean? So you're going to store body fat type of thing. You know what I mean? So if you eat fat, it'll automatically like, oh, well, I'm going to keep, you know what I mean? So if you're eating, if you're eating fats, like if your diet is strictly fats, like meats and, you know what I'm saying? Like, that type of thing, your body will like burn fat after that fuel is gone.
Your metabolism kicks up, and that's your key, getting that up.
Either way,
right.
I'm going to try it out. I'm going to, I talked to Jen. I was like, is it okay if I do this? You know what I mean? And she's like, is it going to be safe? And I'm like, well, it's like, I'm going to try it for a week and see what happens. You know what I mean? See if how my body does with it. You know what I mean? Because, I could die. You know what I mean?
No, you'd be all right. It's just it's a lot of greens mixed in with it.
Can I eat some
Oh, I don't.
Yes,
I don't
you can
know.
eat pork.
No, I mean sausage. I mean, because you can eat
Ribeye.
bacon, right?
Yes. Ribeye.
You want
ribeye.
like fatty meats and shit. You know what I mean? Because like
you
chicken
can eat
really
any
work.
kind of meat.
Yeah, but
You can't have like
yeah,
any sugar though.
You can
That's
eat
the
like
hard
grilled
part.
chicken.
Oh,
You
no,
can eat chicken breast.
No sugar's not. I'm dialed. Man, listen,
No, I know. I'm just saying that is hard.
Doing good.
When
How
you
do you like
start thinking
those?
about what sugar's in, you're like, damn it, I can't have bread.
The
Man, none
best
of this
one
stuff.
is the fantasy vibe one. The one with the orange marshmallow one. You know what I'm talking? It tastes like cream
sherbet?
soda.
that
sherbet
one's good.
marshmallow.
Yeah, I tried that the other day. It's great.
The only time I got that was like in a combination pack that came with all different ones. I'm like, where do I get a 6-pack of just that?
You
know?
can't get just a 6-pack of just.
Yeah, you gotta buy
You have to go to the store and buy singles.
like the mango and shit.
Whenever I was
I go
in
to the store and just
Oklahoma,
buy singles. Like most gas stations right here will sell you 3 for like fucking $6.
Yeah,
they had a blue raspberry lemonade, but it wasn't carbonated.
that one's good.
It was pretty good.
Which one is it?
It's blue ras lemonade, but it says no fizz, so it's not carbonated.
Yeah, this one's good. This is the same one you have, TJ. I think. The grape.
No, this one right here is. I tried this one today. It's
What is that? Celsius?
Celsius. It's mine is
Cellulite.
cherry. Mine's cherry cola.
I drank
This
that one today.
This
too.
one's wild berry.
Cherry
Wild
cola
berry
is pretty good. Cherry cola is pretty good,
Yeah.
and I like the retro vibe one, the slushy one.
Yeah.
Tastes
that's
like a
good,
slushy.
too.
That one's pretty good too. But
You tried the Arctic vibe?
yeah, I'm not like. There's only like 2 or 3 of them that I like. The rest of them kind of just taste like medicine and shit.
Yeah.
Tastes like medicine. It's probably because the sweetener, the artificial sweetener.
Yeah. I don't know. Phillips, we lost Philip.
No, I'm trying to get Squeegee Life on my cell phone.
What do you mean?
My cellular device.
So I can make
Cellular.
comments to make you all crazy.
Does your cell phone have a cord on it, Phil?
It's hands-free,
Not
brother.
Meanwhile, in the beginning, Mark's like, "Do you need the mouse?" I have the mouse.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I don't
Let me
like
tell
it,
you
I
about
don't
the
like
mouse.
it when Mark tries to disparage people about technology. It's like, dude, you have no room whatsoever to talk.
Listen,
I used to make my own.
I got my Zoom. I got my Zoom up and running.
Yeah.
Right? You had to be surprised at that.
Didn't your wife help you?
No, she
No.
needed her laptop, which was over here. That's
No,
why.
no,
I
Oh,
need
so-
the
okay,
mouse
that's
to
what
the
we-
computer.
Last week when we had to switch to Zoom on the fly, Mark did it all by himself. He could say whatever you want, but he super struggled.
Yeah, I did.
It took him a minute, but he figured it out. He says himself, so I don't know.
Yep.
Well, regardless, we're proud of you, Mark.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Either
you.
way, it's
I
still
appreciate that.
good. Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
did
that.
good. You did good.
These things have no moving parts. If it has no moving parts, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
You know?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I struggle with it.
We admire your honesty, sir.
I broke
Yeah.
my cardinal rule yesterday, guys.
What's that?
I cleaned a hotel.
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you
What
guys
about
know,
the
if
screens?
anybody
did
cleans
that go?
windows for a living, they know cleaning hotel windows is the dumbest thing in the world to ever do.
It's
Did you have
worse.
screens?
No, there was no screens on it. Most hotels
Because they have
nowadays,
screens here.
Well,
Here they
most
have screens. I never do them.
you won't find a hotel around here with screens or windows
Yeah.
that open.
Yeah, there's nothing that opens around here.
You know what I do if they have screens? I just water fed right through them, like
I know.
everybody
dude,
else
it's
If
does.
they
fine,
let
just
you
rinse
do
them.
it, yeah.
I mean,
It's better than it was, but it ain't great.
Well, he come
You're still
outside and
throwing
he's like,
dirt on the window.
he come outside and he's like, well, these they're still kind of like there's spots on them everywhere. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, I don't know, man. He goes, that's an awful lot of money for him to look like that. And I was like, all right. I was like, so like, I want you to like find it. I said, because he's like, all the windows look like this, and you're finished. And I'm like, I tell you what, pick any window here, and I'll do it with a mop and a squeegee. He's like, okay. So he, of course, picks his.
Third floor.
No, he picks his office window on the first floor.
Yeah.
And I washed it with the mop and a squeegee, and it looked exactly the same. He's like, well, those spots are still there. I was like, that's because you need your windows polished because the stucco and the paint is on the glass now.
Right.
I mean, these windows on the inside still have the stickers. The
Oh,
outline
yeah.
of the stickers. I was like, these windows have never been cleaned since the building was broke.
At least
like-
not properly, right?
He's like, well, what do you? He goes, just they have. My maids clean them all the time. I was like, yeah, with Windex and a rag. I was
Yeah,
like, you
that
can
ain't
see this-
cleaning.
I was like, these have never been professionally cleaned. Never. He's like, well, you did all this. So I went around, did the whole first floor by hand, so he'd shut up. And he come back out, and he's like, you done? I'm like, yeah. He goes, man, he goes, there's something wrong. He goes, is it your solution? I was like, all right, finally. I just broke down, and I was like, okay. So I come inside. I clean the inside of the window. I washed one window on the inside, and I said, there, look. And that motherfucker looked like it was, you could jump through it.
I love it.
And he looks
The
at me and
inside.
he's like, so I was like, so it's the inside, and those
Yeah.
water spots are still on the outside because they're stained. Your glass is stained. It's stained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's stained. It's all that, dude. It's straight. It's stucco. There's like one overhang on the whole building. It's all
Cement
painted
burns?
stuck. Yeah, dude. They're toast. They're fucking toast. I told a dude, I'm like, and mind you, they called me on Saturday evening and wanted me to come out clean the windows before Wednesday. So I'm like, even if I was to, I have no problem I'd use a lift, but you gave me 2 days notice.
Right.
And that's why the price is so damn high. I mean, I'd be at home watching YouTube or something, you know what I mean? With my finger up my butt
Kicking
trying
it.
to sell water fed poles for $0. But 2 days notice, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
I had a Hyatt. I bid a Hyatt Regency or something.
This was this is a true by Hilton. It's just
Yeah.
this is the problem with hotels. They do not maintain the building. That's the first
No.
thing. They do
It's
not
transient.
maintain the
Nobody
building
stays. Yeah.
whatsoever. They don't care about it. And the only time that they do care about it is if they're having somebody come in for a visit and they want the place. So they were having the carpets cleaned, they were having the tiles scrubbed, they were having the windows cleaned, they were having the flower beds done. Like, I mean, I'm cleaning windows and this dude's blowing fucking dirt all over the windows.
Yeah. I did a walkthrough at a Hyatt Regency, and I was the third company to visit the place because they called everybody, that they could. And I brought the manager outside and I point up. It was like 7 stories. And I go, I have to ask you, what are you expecting from your window cleaner. And he's like, well, clean windows. And I go, you ever seen them, like all the caulking was leaking, like haloing around the glass?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And a good percentage of this job is water fed, right?
Right.
And I go, I'm just going to explain to you now that that's not coming off.
Right.
I go, not with a brush, not with soap and water.
Right.
That needs to be hand scoured and or polished. I go, so if you're expecting this place to look like a diamond after 5 years of not cleaning it, it's not going to come clean. And he looks at me and he says, well, you're the first window cleaner that's told me that. I go, I'm the first window cleaner that's being honest with you.
Right.
Because
Well,
I don't want to come.
That's the same thing I told this dude. I was like, I even showed him. I pulled up the text. I was like, this is the text message that I had with your general manager when she asked me to get the job. I told her straight up. I said, from the looks of it, to me, and I said I could be wrong, but from the looks of it, those windows need to be scrubbed and scoured up on the glass. And I said, there's no way I can do that by Wednesday with no lift. Like, even if there's no way.
Not going to happen.
You're going to have to shut the damn parking lot down. Are you going to be able to do that? And she's like, well, no, we're going to have customers. Like, well, the only way I'm going to be able to do this is with water-fed pole, and all it's going to be doing is getting the bird shit and the dirt off the windows. That's really the only thing I can do. There's still going to be a haze on them windows. I
told this manager,
okay, it's cool. And I made it perfectly clear that before I left, they were going to pay me. Yeah. Homeboy seen me packing my shit up, jumped in his car and left.
Yep.
You ever do a window for free? Before you
he just did.
do a job?
I just did.
Yeah, really.
I did yesterday. I did yesterday. No, Seth. No.
I know you'll be back.
No. Ain't no will be back. I went back this morning when the president of Hilton, Ohio, was there. I told that lady that the general manager that I talked to on the phone. She come and she's like, "Well, here's my email just to send me the invoice." I was like, "All right, cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning." She's like, "Oh, you're not finished?" I was like, "No, I'll be here to get paid tomorrow morning." Guess where I was at today? Getting
Did
paid.
they have
That's
you
where the
check?
fuck I was at.
Yeah.
Straight. Yeah. I ain't playing no games with these motherfuckers. I was like, I'll be here in the morning, get paid. It was quite clear. It even said it on the invoice that she signed. She didn't realize it until she signed it. She didn't read that shit. I was like, well, it says right here where you signed. Payment due upon completion right there.
You ever put behind an invoice scratch waiver?
No.
So it's on your invoice?
No.
So you're protected?
Scratch.
Of course, I don't use blades.
It's not protected anyway.
Scratch waivers are...
That shit ain't gonna work.
It's a scare tactic. That's all it is.
You might as well take that
Trust me when I tell you,
wipe
Phillip,
your butt with it.
No window cleaner hiring an attorney hires an attorney that another attorney won't find a loophole.
Yeah, we're talking about guys that can't even open cans of ravioli with pull tops.
Like, with a pull top.
That's 7, 8, 9 cans of ravioli. I don't want to say that much ravioli.
No,
that manager sue ravioli when they cut their finger off.
That manager told me, he goes, "Well, you're the first window cleaner to tell me this," and I go, "I'm just being real with you." I go, "Cause here's what happens. I put 3 guys
let me
here.
ask
We
you
spend
this,
2
Mark.
days, but
nothing.
Captain, let me ask you this. In the build.
No, I said, I'm going to do this job with 3 guys in 2 or 3 days, and then you're going to come out and say, well, it really doesn't look much better than it did before, and you're not going to want to pay me. I'm not going through that. So I'm telling you up front, we're going to get the dirt, the spider webs, and like TJ, the bird shit off, and other than that, it's going to look like shit.
I'll be right back. I have to turn my water off. I'm watering my new plants.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just not gonna suffer fools anymore. It was when she bit on the invoice or bit on the estimate, I was like, well, this is, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, no matter how this goes, you know, this is not a bad deal for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't a bad deal for old T Squeegee. You know what I mean? It's all good. I ain't really, like, my schedule really doesn't pick up like hardcore until next week. You know what I mean? So I kind of just like going, you know, like I've been doing decent days. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm still, but it don't get like, oh man, until next week. You know what I mean? Like next week's like, oh no. but I mean, it's going to be, oh no, until July. You know what I mean? But it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's coming.
Yeah.
Well, it's been friggin' cold here.
Nah, it's
Man,
the
it was
same
like
thing here.
26 degrees this morning. I was like, God
Same
damn,
thing here.
dude.
Same thing here.
We had snow the
Everybody-
other day.
Yeah, everybody I think up north is dealing with that right now. You know what I mean? Unfortunately,
I feel like it's going to like the Midwest almost, like
maybe.
down into like Kentucky and stuff. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. But either way,
Actually, what do you consider Kentucky? Is that the Midwest? Would you call it the South or is that the Midwest, man? I
consider
don't know.
people from Kentucky as idiots. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't know anybody from Kentucky personally, but
I don't know either. I'm just saying shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe Kentucky.
It seems like a cusper, man. It's a cusper state.
Don't
for
act
sure.
like that.
Kentucky
You told
and
me you
West
think of it
Virginia
as
are kind of hard to, you know what I mean? It's hard to place those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Southern, but like a different vibe. Like how Texas is a different.
Shut
version
up,
of Southern.
dog.
Like you got like the Carolinas, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida is all kind of in
Isn't,
there, and
like,
then everything else kind of
Virginia
touches.
And West Virginia and Kentucky, is that mid-Atlantic? No.
I mean, I guess Virginia could be mid-Atlantic, but I don't know about West Virginia or Kentucky.
I don't know, Seth.
Me neither. I was just curious, man. It hit my brain, and I was like, I wonder what it is.
About it already. You know what I mean?
Anyways, so Kentucky.
I've lost 15 pounds since yesterday. My name's Seth.
No, I'm just saying, man. I just stopped eating like an asshole.
No, he was just sick. Shut up. Shut up, dude. You're such a cunt.
not eating
Whatever, dude.
freaking whole pizzas every
Whatever,
Sunday.
No, that's what I'm saying. I stopped eating like a
We're
dickhead.
gonna start
I
sending
lost
Seth
weight.
pizzas again, Mark. We gotta get
Nah,
Mark.
dude,
Hey,
don't
Mark, we
send
gotta
me-
get
Yeah, let's
Seth.
send him some pizza.
We gotta get him on this.
Dude, I haven't
600
had
pound
pizza.
life.
I haven't had pizza in like almost 2 months, man. I
We're
miss it.
sending
I
you-
love
Fix
pizza,
that.
dude.
I can
No.
get there within an hour, motherfucker.
If you send me pizza, dude. If you send me pizza,
I gotta tell you this honestly.
If
Seth,
he sends you
the
pizza,
only
you're
thing I
gonna eat
regret,
it.
because to do that, I had to download the Domino's app. They
Now you're
told
stuck
me
with
to
the tone.
fuck up 10 times a day.
oh, dude,
If
yeah,
Seth's
they're like,
hungry, does he need more brownie
Yeah.
bites?
Here's
Is
some
he 600
Cinesticks.
pounds yet?
and that's when you just send him everything.
Yeah.
And that Domino's is like the sketchiest Domino's ever, too. It's like right
I
next to
believe
like a rub and tug place and a 7-Eleven. dude.
Hey,
That's
Philip, your backdrop fell down.
He can't hear. He doesn't have his headphones on.
This dude is
Friggin-
hilarious, man.
Oh, he's got his alcohol.
How can you
He's
not
got
love
his
Uncle
alcohol.
Phil? Oh, is that what he's got there?
Oh, I mean, it looks like alcohol to me.
Hey,
You
Phil.
guys are driving me
yeah.
to drink.
Hey, Philip.
Ensign Red Caramel Whiskey.
Hey,
Total
Philip. Your
wine.
backdrop fell down.
Oh, who cares? My house is a mess. I'm a bachelor. Ensign Red Salted Caramel Whiskey. Total Wine, $40 a bottle.
What, are they giving
Aren't
you
you
a
a baller?
kickback, Phil?
It
You
is
don't
so
get-
good. You guys are driving me to drink.
Don't
All
say
right.
that.
Chug it.
It didn't look like it took much drive.
Yeah. Don't you blame that on us.
Don't
No.
you put that on us, Ricky Bobby.
My best
Yeah.
friend's been drinking it, so I had to finish it so he
Ah,
couldn't get any more of it.
Okay.
What
What kind of whiskey is it?
It's
Caramel.
Caramel whiskey, huh?
oh, it is fantastic. It's like one of the best I've ever
Ah.
had. You just have a little sweet to it,
Uh,
and it's smooth. I guess when I had some Kentucky moonshine one time, it is as good as that.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah. I was
We
at
were-
a show. I was at a show in Kentucky, and when the guy there made his own moonshine. It was
That sounds like a good time. I had some years ago. I had some. What was it? Apple something moonshine. It was like apple pie moonshine, and it was
Isn't that great?
some of the best. Yeah, it was super good. It's
You-
dangerous though.
What you do is you take a little.
Last time I drank moonshine was all of Mark's wife's moonshine.
Yeah.
Last time.
My dude needed four Advil and some liquid IV the next day, dude. Yeah,
She challenged the wrong guy.
yeah, no, yeah.
It's-
You,
I
Vanilla
felt
ice cream.
I felt
Put
like
it
she
over.
was setting me up for failure there. She's like,
I
she
still have
was-
the video of you chugging it. I still got that.
I feel
Yeah,
like she was
it's
setting
on
me
my
up for
phone,
failure.
dude.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I will drink all of this shit.
Last year on a vacation, got one of the couples that comes down from Tennessee and he makes his own moonshine.
Uh-huh.
And he's passing around this mason jar and it's got that cinnamon stick in it.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I
Love it.
just held that thing, dude.
Yeah.
That thing it went down like smooth.
Yeah,
It was
would
so
go-
good.
Candy.
My cousin brings moonshine up from Tennessee all the time, but it's not like that. That shit.
Well,
No.
You
I was
drink
in
that
Tennessee
shit
for
like the inside of your mouth is like
I-
scalded.
No,
You know what I mean? Like,
I was
no,
in Tennessee for
it
37 years, and
was
we'd
apple
go
pies.
door to door, and you never went in the backyard because they come out with shotguns wondering what you were doing here because we were dressed up and they thought we were revenuers.
Mark, my
My,
wife still talks about that smoked sausage dip
Mm.
you had.
Oh yeah, we
She
made
still
that. I
wants
made
that, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
that
my
was
Get
good.
yourself a smoker. It's easy to make, man.
my
Smoked sausage,
grandfather's
onions, and potatoes.
my grandfather's father was killed by. He was a revenue agent. He was killed by a moonshiner.
Really?
Oh,
Yep.
oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I think my grandpa and his brother killed that guy. But whatever. And then joined the military. But
Yeah.
we've reached
out
the
of
You never
statute of
know, man.
limitations.
That's
on that.
neither here nor there.
No, well, I mean, it's all but confirmed. My grandfather pretty much admitted to it, kind of a little bit to me.
Yeah.
But it makes
Family
sense because
trees
him
are
and
weird,
his
bro.
brother both joined the service way before they should have. They like absconded in the night to go fucking join the military.
We had four of us in the car, and I go to the door with another guy, and the guy comes to the door with a big shotgun. I said, "We're just talking about Jesus." Scared the fire out of me.
Like you're about to meet him.
That was okay.
You're on your way, brother.
Yeah, I'll get you there real fast. Back out of this driveway.
Hey, you
This
guys
is
like my
so
same
smooth.
pole?
I forgot how good it is. And they make peach. They have like 4 or 5
Same
different
pole.
flavors.
That's gangster right there. You like that, Philip?
Same pole. Oh,
It's
no.
same pole.
I said that one time, and I thought, where did you get that bow? It looks like mine.
It's not
So-
though.
I realized it's not my
It's
logo.
not yours. It's not yours. It's
So what kind of brush are you making, Philip?
Hmm?
You said you're making a new brush, orange brush or some shit like that.
All right, you know the blue blush that WCR has? It's
The
blue.
the pure
I
power brush.
No, not the power brush, window cleaning brush.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
pure power. They make a line of pure power. I have one.
Yeah, they have a different line called Pure. It used to be
Pure
Tint
Power.
2 Mats.
Yes.
Pure Water Power.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah, I
good
know the
brush.
guy. I used to sell for him.
Yeah, they own Pure Water Power
Yeah,
now.
they bought him
Yeah,
out.
that's a good brush.
And we're testing out. My guy loves it, so I'm going to do it in orange. He'll have a Simpole on it because I went to my own factory. Might be the same factory for all I know.
Why are you
And-
making it
and-
orange?
It's going to go with the orange pole.
Oh,
Why are you making an orange pole?
Why are you making an
My
orange pole?
my partner wanted orange, and
Oh,
Of
you're
course he did.
trying to be like Maker, huh? You guys stealing Maker's
not really.
color.
It just
Trying
it
to
just
steal
is a really
Maker's
cool
colors,
color.
man. That's you're being a
Hey,
thief
I
again,
try to
Philip.
work with Maker and what's his
Uh-oh.
name,
I
but
watch
he
it.
couldn't work with me either. So it's my fault.
Watch it. You know what? Maybe everyone that's around you, Philip, is just a bad guy. It
No,
couldn't possibly be you, Philip.
They don't even like me at church, so it has to be me.
Dude, come on, man. Don't we like? Hey,
Jesus
Philip.
says you're supposed to forgive people, but you know what? I never get it.
Hey, listen, Philip. I like you. Okay.
Oh, I love you too, brother.
Oh, now
Keep on drinking.
Hey,
Now you.
Keep going.
now I don't like
Drinking
you.
that. What is that shit? Red
Now I
anise or
don't like
something
you.
like
I
that?
tried to have a moment of levity there and say that we like you, and now you're gonna be a dick about it.
Oh, when I used to get high, I used to walk around with one hand like this, and then when I was really high, just at 14, I'd walk around like this.
So you walked around like you were a T-Rex?
Wait, what are you
I was just gone.
trying to get?
Used to
into Special
terrorize the
Olympics
neighborhood
over there?
cats.
After you drop a couple
That's kind of how
LSDs.
you were walking around at the convention.
Oh, I know.
used to get
I was bad off.
Thing, Phil. Don't worry about it.
I just don't even understand Philip at all anymore.
Nobody does.
I'll
Long
tell you what.
Jesus
This is a
does.
new side of Phil that I've never seen.
Everything I know about Philip is a lie.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
So
But I
you're
am
gonna
a good
have.
except that I'm a damn good inventor.
You are a very smart man. Will you be having your own booth at any of these get-togethers? Or
I used to have it at the huge convention, but
Uh-huh.
then they wanted $3,500, and
Oof.
I didn't sell
Jesus.
enough posts to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean, I had it in Washington D.C. Usually, I have a booth at the WCR because I do $8,000. It's enough to pay for the booth. The huge convention. There's just so much competition.
Why do you keep saying
now.
WCR? You mean IWCA?
Yeah, IWCA.
He's got WCR on the mind.
Yeah, dude.
Always have. They're my nemesis.
No, they're
Why are
not.
they?
They
How?
love you.
Why? Listen, can you
Nemesis.
like listen? We got. First of all, it's nemesis. Second of all, no,
Nemesis.
they're not, dude. That's like saying that. That's like saying that, like when a gnat lands on my nutsack, that it's my nemesis. It's not
And you
even
slap
the
it
same
with a
thing.
baseball bat.
Yeah, it's not even the same thing, dude. Like you,
Yeah.
I mean, you sell like you don't like. There's two different things here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, like I said, you just did it again. Like, stop with the like. Why? What is with you and what is it with you and the competition with WCR? I just don't understand it.
You really someday. Let's talk about it privately. I don't want to do it publicly. If
Okay.
you really want to know what happened and why I have a bad attitude,
Well,
and
you
I'll blame
shouldn't though.
90% of me.
You
I'll blame
shouldn't though.
90% of it on me. But
Yeah. It's what I'm saying is you shouldn't know because I can tell you, and I'm confident with saying this. I don't feel like I'm talking out of school. I know I've had several conversations about you with especially with Chris. They don't have that kind. They don't have these feelings towards you. Chris has nothing but good things to say about you, man. Chris genuinely likes you, Philip. You should not feel so angsty. You know what I mean? You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You have misplaced. Like you need to, and if not, you need to if whatever it is, you need to let it go.
let it go.
Yeah,
It's a ton of cash.
you need to let it go, brother. You need to let it go. It's not good for you, man.
I know, forgetting the things behind, stretching
Yeah, just
forwards
leave. You
to the
need to
things
leave
ahead.
things in the past because,
That-
especially if people if people are like, you know what, let's try and give Philip another chance. Let's have Philip on the podcast again. Let's do this again with Philip, or let's do that again with Philip. If people send out an olive branch to you, Philip, you shouldn't throw gasoline on it and use it for a campfire. You know what I mean? You should bury the hatchet. You know what I mean? Because you may not think, Philip, but there are a lot of people that really want to see you do well. People do like you, Philip. Believe it or not, people do like you. Not everybody is out to get you, man.
Except Jacob. Jacob's
Except
not
for
to get
Jacob.
you.
Jacob doesn't like you. At all.
Jacob's an asshole, though.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Phil. I love Phil.
You were just saying earlier how much you.
Yeah, you were saying earlier.
Other than the fact he would send me messages on Facebook Messenger at like 3 a.m. That's the only and my phone would just keep dinging.
Well, that's because he doesn't know it's 3 a.m. It's a little
I wake up
midnight.
I wake up at 2 a.m. my time every day.
Immediately start
There-
sending that
it's
shit.
still-
out.
then there
And
you
I get
go.
on the internet and I do a post to 500
there-
people at 2
there's
a.m. in the
people-
morning.
Well, then there you go. I let that go. See?
No during Philip's morning shit, he was thinking about Jacob.
There's people in this community that recognize your role in the
Your
advancement
status as an OG.
yeah, and your role in the advancement of water-fed pole technology. You know
All
what
I
mean?
wanted from the IWCA is recognition that I've been window cleaning for 55 years. That's all I want. I didn't even care about the simple. Hey, here's a guy that's done it 55 years, 72, still doing it. Give me a stupid medal.
That's because they don't care about you. They want the young guys that are going to
Yeah.
spend a lot of money and buy all the
Yeah.
stuff they're pushing.
Well, you're
You don't
looking
mean
for
anything
something
to
from
them,
the
unfortunately,
IWCA.
Phil.
They're clearly never going to give you.
No.
Well, what happens is they change every 3 years. I was on the board for 3 years.
Can we? Hey, so if we can't, you know what? I'm gonna do some calling around. I'm I'm gonna talk to a few people. We might just come up with a lifetime achievement award. We're gonna get you a lifetime achievement award.
Hey, I'd
Hey,
love
Phil,
it.
would,
Say
would you
Squeegee
be?
lights. I'd love it.
Philip, would
It has
you
to be crystal,
interested?
though. It has to be
But
crystal.
Philip, excuse
Yes,
me.
sir. Yeah.
Would you be interested in being next year's window cleaner of the year? Because I would have a lot of fun with that one.
Absolutely.
You hear that, Chris?
56 years.
Hi,
There you
Chris.
go.
I'm officially nominating Phillip Alexander as the window cleaner of the year right now. That's my
Yeah.
And on
that's
the
my
front
nominee.
cover of the American Window Cleaner. That would be
Oh, you're
cool.
gonna get a lot of pictures. Don't worry, son.
You and
He's
Bernie
been
are going to be
he's
hanging
been
out
a-
everywhere.
If
He's
you-
been the biggest ass, but we love him
No, listen,
anyhow.
if you
Yeah.
get anything from this podcast, Philip, I want you to, like Jason said, if you get anything from this podcast tonight, Philip, I want you to go to bed tonight knowing that there is no one out to get you within this little community right here, like
Right.
the Squeegee Life Gang and the guys
Except for
over
me,
at
I'm trying to kill 'em.
windowcleaner.com. Shut up, Seth. Fucking windowcleaner.com guys and all. Nobody's out to get you, Philip. No, I know
Well,
you keep
recognition by your peers is important to
well,
me,
yeah.
and I appreciate what you're saying.
ain't that what we give you every time you come on here is recognition for who you
Well, most of the times, if I'm
What-
not a fool.
even when you're a dipshit, I still give you the respect you deserve because again, you've been doing this for a very long time. You have to respect that, and not only that, you're an elderly gentleman. How old are you?
Turned 72 last month.
There you
Wow.
go, dude. Yeah, you're fucking like somebody's grandpa for sure. I mean, I don't know if you are a grandpa, but you're old enough to
No,
be
I don't.
someone.
I don't have any kids. Adopted kids, kind of.
All right,
Wait
well
till you
then,
see the
so-
video on
so-
Sunday.
I'm sure that well, what do Mario's kids call you Grandpa Phil, or do they call you Uncle Phil?
Probably more uncle. I
Yeah.
haven't really dealt with Mario lately because he's having such a hard time in California.
Yeah,
He
it's
needs
that
some-
it's tough out there.
He
for
bought
him
some
right-
land in Phoenix. He just needs to move here,
Yeah, he will one
like
day.
the other 25,000 people from California.
Right.
25,000 homes they built in my area.
Wow.
So I double my window cleaning business.
Are you still out on the routes, Philip?
I hired a guy, and he's helping me do the route. He has a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. Good window cleaner. And
why
then,
doesn't Mario come and work for you?
I can't afford full time.
Ah, okay.
Because we do 20,000 a year, which is my main job at the city, and I could easily do 500 myself and not even have help. But I don't want to throw away $40,000 worth of work. I'd rather pay that guy, and he can do all the work. Except I work with him on the bigger jobs. We did a 1175 all cut up windows on a J Club Country Club, and we
Mhm.
got it all done. And I think we didn't even get there till 9 o'clock, and we were done by 1:30. And it was all pole work. He water fed the outside, and I pulled all the inside. It's a pretty neat job. I don't ladder nothing. Anyway,
You've never built, Philip. I'm kind of surprised you've never ventured into maybe I'm wrong, the filtration part of water fed.
well, no, I made water systems. I made my own systems for 10 years,
Uh-huh.
RODI, but it just got so competitive. I still have one of the best RODIs out there for 1,600 that's made by Soft Wash Systems. Beautiful systems. I got it on the website. No one's even buying it. It'll blow away, believe it or not, anybody else's system price.
Ooh.
Because it's all
It's
laser.
not.
done.
Hey, does it have any lights on it? Does it look like R2D2?
Not for $1,600.
Well,
Now,
then
if you-
it's not as good as the Reach It one, then, dude.
Right.
No,
That's
he.
what makes it cool is the lights, dude.
Yeah,
You gotta
they
have lights
yeah,
on it and shit.
I thought of putting lights inside my water fed.
I was thinking about
tank.
putting a light inside my anus.
No, doctors do that.
At least
They,
the hamster. At least it will
Doctors
help
do-
the hamster find his way out.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
That's the whole
doctors do
reason
that.
for
They
it.
throw up after they get in there.
Myrtle!
Yeah, dude. Like
Philip's getting a little loosey goosey here.
I think
Yes.
I really do think
Hell yeah,
you should
brother.
take that with you should really take that to heart and stop thinking that everyone's against you because not everybody's against you, Philip. I know you think
I'm
that
too
everyone
negative
is,
about
but
that. I agree.
you need to
I
work
ca-
on
I carry
that,
a
man.
chip
You
on my
ain't- Listen,
shoulder.
you're 72 years old, dude.
Yeah, I only got 4 years left.
Stop saying that.
Just don't say that, dude.
The average age of
Well, let's
a
stop
person
looking
dying
at average age.
is 7. Well, I'm above average, so I'll probably go to 80.
Listen, don't say that. First of all, second of all, you need to really start thinking about your legacy.
Which make the safest bow in the world and help guys be safe.
Yeah, but if you don't manage what you've got going on right now properly, it's going to go away when you go away.
Working on that. My partner will take it over. They're investing in Simpole, so I'm working on that.
All right.
Because they're a lot younger, 20, 30 years younger. They'll
Right.
continue the legacy because I'm getting a will and testimony. So if something happens, at least my wife will benefit at 10, 20%. So it's not totally. And I'm going to do videos on how I actually, like you said in one of your videos, put the clamps on, put the springs on, put the rubber, and then it'll be training video for whoever takes it over. Plus, I'm training my window cleaning guy. He's helped me.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Sounds like a lot of work.
What you need to do is do your memoirs. Either sit down and record them, or write a book.
Well, I'm not very good at writing, but I could start doing podcasts about different things.
If you ever need someone to document your life story, I will sit down and record it with you. I'll record it for you. Save it for prosperity.
That'd be really cool.
I would do that for you.
We can do short.
Even though I'm out to get you, I would do that for you.
I've never said you were out.
I'm about to say you shouldn't, because I don't have anything bad to say about you other than the fact that you step on your own dick constantly.
You did my best videos.
You want to know why I did your best videos, Philip? Because I'm honest, and you make a good poll. You do. You make a great poll. It's a wonderful poll. My very first traversing into Philip's world of waterfed poles was that little 20-foot pole that you sent me. That little 22-foot pole. I still have that pole. That thing is gangster. I love that little pole.
Do you do any solar cells at all?
Nah, man, I don't dick with that.
Okay.
Any
Any
retard can clean a solar panel.
$5 to get on.
I hope that dude's not still watching, because I'm just messing around.
I agree.
I'm just messing around. Don't get mad. I'm just
joking. I don't even clean my own.
I squirt mine off with a hose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need a special guy to come.
Actually, I'm experimenting with using a coating.
That's what Mark does all the time. I'm not doing what Mark does all the time. Mark is always poo-pooing.
With his pole?
No, he's always poo-pooing solar panel cleaning. He poo-poos it all the time.
I'm just going to say this again. I own solar panels and I'm a window cleaner. Okay, I've got 36 panels at $5 a shot. It's almost $400, and I'm saving $200 a month. How much sense does it make to clean them 3-4 times a year? Yeah. Of course, I do my own panels. Right. It does make a difference.
I just like to get you riled up.
What's your bill, Mark? What's your electric bill? Because you're in Florida.
My bill averages about $40 to $60 a month.
What's your minus?
I have 80% replacement.
Because mine's minus $65.
I have 80% replacement and 80% replacement on my solar, and I have a $15 charge whether I use power or not, just to be hooked to the grid.
Yeah, I get no charge on the grid. I own them. The company went out of business, and there's companies out there now that can help you when they go out of business. But I love it. I got only 18 cells. But my bill is basically minus. I've never paid. And now I just got an electric furnace because I was paying $65 a month for gas. Now the gas bill's gone.
Yeah, so, that's good. I have 80% replacement. I have 36 360 watt panels.
So, I mean, what's your actual bill? Not the minus.
Between $40 and $60 a month.
So you're actually paying extra.
Yes. I'm paying money. Well, my bill before it was like $300, $325.
So you're ahead of the game.
Yes.
What'd you pay for the cells?
$23,000.
Yeah, I paid $24,000, but you got an $8,000 rebate.
Yes, me too. Yeah, the tax, but that's bullshit. It's a tax credit. It's not what you think it is. The way.
No, I agree, but because I make solar equipment.
Yeah.
It's all tax deductible. I write off the
Yeah.
whole thing because I actually test the solar pole on mine, and I'm testing
Uh-huh.
chemicals to seal it to see
Yeah.
how it works. If you can seal them and just use a hose, that would be really cool for the
Yeah,
average person.
but you want something that's going to be so transparent it doesn't interrupt
The
the light.
photocells.
That's
Yeah.
why I only did it on 2 cells, and
Yeah.
all the cells I can channel what they're producing.
Yeah, I have an app. I can look at what every panel's
Right.
doing at all the time. Yeah.
Solar
Yeah.
panels
Which
won't
app
work
do you
where I
have?
live.
Where do you live?
No?
In Ohio.
Panels are
It's always
gay.
cloudy. It's always cloudy. here.
Yeah, I get sun. We get sun 300
It's always
days out of the
cloudy
year.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in the seventh
Same
grade
dog.
of the United States.
We don't even get
I
rain.
live
We
in
get
perpetual
fire here.
darkness here in Ohio.
Right?
That's depressing.
TJ's like, I don't even know why I live here after I
It's
describe
always
what
dusk.
goes on
As a
here.
matter of fact,
Well-
I'm not sure why I live here anymore. To be honest,
I'm in the same boat, dude. I'm like, so
Dude, what
it's
am I
gray
doing here?
from February to May.
Yeah.
Sick,
Yeah,
dude.
I hated living
Tight.
in Detroit. We would flood the backyard in October on an ice ring, and it would stay that way till March
Yep.
when I was a kid.
Yep.
And try to wash windows in Detroit in the winter. One time I was doing Lum's restaurant, and the foyer didn't have heat, so I take the bucket of water, actually used a bucket of water, and I put the brush on the window, and it froze to the window.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, just so you know,
I
I
went
live
home.
on the shores of Lake Erie and clean windows.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
you get the
wintertime.
winds.
Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Eh.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
actually should go to Florida for 4 months and live with Mark.
I can, I
There you
would,
go.
but Mark can't afford
Welcome
to pay
anytime.
me. Mark can't afford to pay me.
Well, you don't have to pay. You could go bid against his work and have
No,
enough
I
work
would
to
never
do
do
it.
that.
I'm fine with that.
Teasing.
I mean,
He has
didn't
so
he
much
go
work
and
and
didn't
give you
he
the
take
work.
a job from you? He took a Wendy's from you, remember?
Oh, that's
Right.
right. Yeah, that's right.
That lady
Mark
still calls me. Calls
Yeah.
me at least once a week.
Mark already told me he'd break my hands and throw me in a dumpster. I'm not. What am I trying to do down there? You know what I mean?
No, in 55 years, I've never bid against a competitor.
I've never done it either.
There's so much work. You don't
Yeah,
have
I've
to
never
do that.
gone in behind a guy and tried to take a job for somebody.
Unless
That's
the
gross.
customer was going to fire him, and
That's
he was
that's
cheating
one
them.
thing. That's
a
one
whole
thing.
Yeah,
different
So
that's open season. Yeah.
if they call you, that's one thing. But if you go in behind a guy and try to take a job, you're a piece of shit, dude.
Listen to this. I did 11 Kentucky Fried Chickens at 19 years old in Detroit 3 times a week. My boss got $2 and I got $2. And we used trisodium phosphate in a bucket of water. And I met the Colonel. Now, how many of you guys could say you met
No.
the Colonel?
He was
Dude,
a
me and
good
the
dude,
Colonel's
I
pretty
heard.
sweet.
He was a
Yeah.
cool guy. He didn't
That's
make that
cool,
much money
man.
from all that when he sold it.
That's
No.
cool, dude. I met Dave
He
Thomas.
does.
How you like them apples?
Thomas worked at in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where he started at a certain restaurant. From
He had an island out here in Buckeye Lake.
Yeah.
Literally an island.
Yeah, he's a cool
It's,
guy. Well, Wendy's is but his daughter's. You knew
Miss
that, didn't you?
Wendy's salad bar. I think it was the best.
Yeah,
I
they had
actually-
good salad.
You know what I
Ruby
miss?
Tuesdays had the best salad bar.
You know
ever
what I
remember the Ruby
miss? You know
Tuesday
what I
salad
miss is I miss yellow Wendy's. That's what I miss.
Yeah,
Yellow.
the yellow Wendy's
Yeah,
in the yellow box of fries.
was
yeah.
yellow Wendy's when they
Yeah.
wrapped everything in yellow and the cups and the fries were all yellow packaging. That was when Wendy's was the
I don't
bombest.
even remember that.
Oh, packaging your hamburgers up, dude. Just watching.
Hey, we're
Oh.
back to hamburgers now. I thought we weren't going to
Mm.
talk about hamburgers.
No,
Listen,
I want to eat a
listen,
hamburger.
the reason why I
so
said
bad.
shut up about the
I got one in
hamburgers-
the fridge.
Just
the
don't
reason
eat
why I
the
said
bread
shut
stuff.
up about the hamburgers is because you couldn't get your damn camera to work.
I actually got a hamburger in the refrigerator I bought from Sprouts. It made me hungry. I'll go do it tonight.
There you go with Sprouts again.
Yeah, I love. Well, I actually got half their sandwiches left. Maybe that.
He's an investor in Sprouts. I'm telling you.
With the $5. You know what? I was trying to do Sprouts, and they had so many requirements. They wanted like $5 million worth of insurance.
Oh, for window cleaning, yeah.
And all this paperwork, and their windows are dirty. They can't.
Trust
find
me
a
when I
window.
tell you, Philip, and you know this better than me. Those jobs with all that insurance and all that corporate paperwork are always the hardest to get paid
Yeah.
from.
Trader Joe's same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mess with
I
that
used to
stuff.
do Trader Joe's.
I
I
learned that the
hate
hard
Trader
way with
Joe's.
Yeah.
Target.
Well, I was really good with them. I would get there at 6 a.m. before they opened, had it all done.
I had
Yeah.
the same issue with Target, all that corporate
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had a 0 degree
windows-
back when I did those.
The windows at this Target in my town, oh my god, dude! Like,
They're gross, dude.
why even have windows? You know what I mean? They are so dirty, dude.
It bothers
So
me
dirty. Yeah,
going in a Target.
I kept saying to myself, I was like, one of these mornings, I'm gonna get up super early, and I'm gonna get out, and I'm gonna have nothing to do, and I'm just gonna drive past there and do those windows just one.
You guys ever been
Just to
tempted
get it
throw
on camera how filthy.
eggs at a house or a customer that didn't pay you?
No, but I'm thinking about it.
I've been tempted
Yeah.
to go
I
back
never
and
have.
rethrow the dirt back on the glass. I'm like, oh,
Right.
you don't like it?
Uh,
Here's the
let me
dirt
let me
back.
warn you.
tempted,
When
for
I
sure.
was a kid and we had Devil's Night, which is the night before Halloween in Detroit, and they would burn things down, we would throw eggs at people's houses. We threw an egg and it broke the window.
Really?
Listen, I
The
egged the
egg
house.
hit it right and broke the window
It
and landed
broke
in
the
the living
I
room.
went to
I felt bad about
I
that.
went to high school with a kid that molested a little kid that he lived next door to. So we egged his house and like
Well, you should egg
spray
his
painted
house.
his dad's car and like wrote
You should have
like
cut some
nasty
things
things
off
and
on
spray
him.
paint in front of their house. I
I-
mean, we tormented these people for an entire summer.
Wow.
And the last straw was we were egged the house one night, and they would like put floodlights and stuff on the house because we were tormenting them all summer. Well, his mom come out of the house, and we took off running because we were writing it was really, I can't repeat it, but we wrote something on their car, and she come out screaming at us, and I was probably, I want to say like 30-40 yards away, and I just turned around and chucked this egg as hard as I could. And God is my witness. My mom is in the chat watching right now. She's probably not, but I swear to you, I chucked this egg 30-40 yards in the air, and it smacked that bitch right in her forehead, dude. I swear to God. I swear it happened. I'm not.
Did you ever throw eggs? You ever throw eggs at
smoked her,
police
dude.
cars? We
Huh?
used to throw them at police cars. Eggs.
Oh, I'm
from the
not.
bushes.
I'm not.
We were
I'm not a
crazy.
degenerate, Philip.
Well, I was a degenerate at 13 because you know what an M80 is.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what a cigarette fuse is.
Yes.
At the elementary school, we would duct tape an M80 on these huge 20 by 20 windows with a cigarette fuse. And as we got away, kaboom! Crash, crash. And I became a window cleaner. Put that in the story.
Yeah, that's like legitimate. I'm not kidding. That happened. It was, and my mom was a straight up G. She knew what we were doing. The cops come to the house because his parents sent him straight to our houses. I mean, me and Jason Snyder was with me.
Obviously, they saw you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they definitely saw us. But like the cops come to the house looking for us, and our moms lied for us. Like, nope.
How old were you?
Dude, I was like 18 or 19
32?
years old.
I was like 26 years old.
42. I was like
18 or
42.
19 years old, dude. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, I was, dude. But I mean, that
This was like 2 years ago. What are you talking
You would have
about?
went to jail on that one.
Oh
You
yeah,
went
for
to
sure,
jail.
for sure. That would have been an assault charge for sure, brother. And
See, the problem
vandalism.
is,
Like I said, we spray painted both of their cars.
Oh God.
Like we wrote
Yeah.
some nasty shit on their cars. Like, dude, what he did to that kid was, I mean, you know what I mean? That's like you can't do shit like
Well,
that.
they got a guy in California they're trying to put in trial for abusing 3 little
Yeah, it's
boys.
just disgusting, man.
It's
So
horrible.
I smacked her. I wasn't aiming for her head. It just the Lord put it there. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Did you
just saying,
see the
man.
little video when they're making something with eggs and the little girl is in between and the two adults crack the eggs on
Yes.
her head?
Yeah.
And now that went viral. Everyone's doing it to their little kid, cracking the eggs on their head. That's the cutest one. She says, "Wow, she's so cute." And then she cracks it on her head.
Pickle Man's in chat.
Well, Philip, what's the name of your pole?
Which
Your new
one?
your pole that you're selling? Your
Insulator
the
pole.
insulator
what's
one.
what's the name of your insulator pole?
Or it's a resistor pole.
Resist whatever.
A resistor pole.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, right now that one. I'm not sure what
what's
I'm getting.
what's the UL listed pole, the blue pole, was it Simblue? Is
That's
that what it is?
Simblue. That's
Simblue, and where
actually
can you find it at, Philip?
window simple-washing-equipment.com.
There you go, folks.
Just
So
go
if you
to
want to buy a UL listed and tested pole, the Sim Blue, you go to window-cleaning-equipment.com and buy a pole from Phillip.
window
And
dash washing.
yeah, Phillip, we're getting ready to close the show out. This is the end of the show. I just want to say thank you for coming on. And we are not
I
against
appreciate it.
you. That doesn't mean
I had
that when
fun.
I say that you should start messaging me until 4 o'clock in the morning.
But
Hey, are you up yet?
But you have friends here. You have friends in the chat. Chris
Love
and
you.
Alex are your friends. Don't say that they aren't, because they are. And Jason's your friend. Lehman, he's your friend. Mark's your friend. Seth's your friend. We're all your friends, okay? So take
And
care
you're
of
welcome
yourself.
to come back
Yeah,
anytime.
you're welcome to come
Hey,
on
Phillip,
anytime.
when you get
Hey,
your
I have to listen every week now. You made me have to
Seriously,
listen to every week now. Yes,
Phillip, I'm going to
yeah.
ask you this, and I think it's a good idea, and I think my cohorts will agree. When you get your 30,000 volt or whatever rating,
33,000.
33,000, get your little video together, come see us, and we'll show it to everybody.
Yep.
Cool.
And we wish you nothing but the best, because I think you're.
Yeah, I want once you get your video and your testing done that you're trying to get, I want you to me and you will set up a time for you to come on, and we'll have video, and we can show your certification online. We'll do all that stuff.
Cool.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Phillip on the show. Go check him out. Sim Blue. It's UL rated tested pole. It's at window-cleaning-equipment.com. Go buy one from him, so he'll stop freaking
simple.com.
crying about shit. Or
Simple.com.
simple.com, so he'll stop crying and nobody likes me.
I just got to drink a glass of this before I come on, and
There you go.
I'll mellow out.
There you go.
I'm out. I'll have to buy some more.